We are live. Welcome to another episode of my recap show. I'm Top Rope Squishy. My name is Maddie. And joining me tonight for the first time ever, a live guest, my very own husband, Tony Anderson. Introduce yourself, Tony.
My name is Tony Anderson. You already said that.
He's
I
shy,
go
y'all.
by No Neck Bone Tone, and that's about it.
That's
what
it.
else
That's
you want
it.
to know?
He's wearing my merch, which he created. I'm also wearing merch, which you can't really see it, but here it is.
Wait.
Hi, Courtney.
Ah,
There it is. There it is. Courtney, hello. Hello. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Well, people, before we begin, please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe if you don't already below. And if you don't, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Top Rope Squishy. And you can follow Mr. Anderson at No Neck Bone Tone. Hello, Anna. Thank you for joining us. Well, last night was a really exciting match, and not just match, a show. And so many crazy things happened last night. So we have a lot to go through. So let's get started with the beginning.
let's do it.
Let's do this. It was the IWGP Championship, and Jon Moxley.
What's up, Anna?
Hi, Anna. Jon Moxley went up against Yuji Nagata. Now, Jon Moxley, he's the champ, and Nagata came from Japan. Hi, Terrell. Thanks for joining. This match, though, this is what it started with, and this match was incredible. Moxley actually came out with a new theme song. I don't know if you picked up on that, Tony. It was called Wild Things. So Tony Khan apparently got...
Yeah, he got him too.
He got them
He did the
too.
same thing for, what was it? Jungle Express?
Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
Jungle Boy. He bought the tunes. So, yeah, Khan is throwing around his dough. This match was so very technical and so very powerful, but I don't know if you enjoyed it as much as I did, because I found it kind of fun. I found Nagata pretty funny.
It took me a while to get into it. When it first started, it was kind of slow. Mm-hmm. And then it started to pick up with more of the brawler style that Moxley uses, which is a style that I like. So after a while, when it started picking up, I was like, yeah, I'm into it. So it took me a while, but I like it.
You know how I feel about Moxley and how he's always looking like he's on something, but that's Moxley.
Yeah.
Moxley just has his own style, and him and Eddie Kingston together, like when Eddie Kingston was alone, I wasn't really feeling Eddie except for his promos, because on promos, Eddie Kingston is fire. Mm-hmm. But when they put Eddie and Moxley together, it was like magic. I love it. I love them together.
With them two, it was kind of like the Reese's Pieces when you got the peanut butter and the chocolate.
Yeah.
You would never think it should go together, but it actually works. Yeah, that was them.
It was perfect. After this match, and of course, Moxley, yes.
Absolutely.
Courtney made a very good comment. Absolutely. That this match was very respectful. And sure enough, it really was a respectful match. At the end, they bowed to each other. They hugged it out. That is how I like to see people end it. Like, screw yourself up in the thing, and then, at the end, you just hug it out. Show respect. I love it. Yes, Courtney says, I love Mox and Kingston together. So do I. So then the Inner Circle cut a promo. Sammy and Ortiz and Hager has some choice words for the Pinnacle. They want a rematch. Tony, do you want to see a rematch?
Well, when they said Stadium Stampede, I was like, okay, I would want to see that, because Sammy in the Stadium Stampede is always amazing. Like, he's just like his character is amazing. Like, he's a daredevil. Like, he makes it exciting. So seeing him in another Stadium Stampede works for me.
Yes. So what Tony is talking about happens later on in the match. So later on in the match, in the show, Sammy came out with Ortiz and Hager again, and Jericho was hidden in the back with the truck, and the Pinnacle was on the stage getting their correlation for beating, the Inner Circle. And they showed up because they weren't giving up. They want that rematch, but they sprayed the Pinnacle with a little bit of the bubbly to try to convince them to give them the match. So at the end, MJF, he agreed, right? But what was the stipulation, T?
Well,
do you remember?
If they lose, they gotta blow up the team.
What?
So, yeah. So that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
It's gonna happen. Stadium Stampede is gonna happen, and you mark my words. Inner Circle is winning. Inner Circle is winning. Terrell wants to know if Santana's out of prison yet. Now, he's still on vacation. Santana's still on vacation, but he's coming for the pay-per-view. He's going to be there. That's happening. And the Inner Circle is not going to lose. You know why? Because when they were heels and they went at the Elite at Stadium Stampede last year, they lost. Now they are the faces. And Inner Circle was like the hottest damn faction when they took on the Elite. By all intents and purposes, they should have won, right? So right now the Pinnacle is like the hottest heel faction, right? So for all intents and purposes, they should win. But the Inner Circle's taking it. Yes, I love the Inner Circle. Okay. That's not a secret. So Cody dropped a controversial promo, which we're not really going to get into. But what happened here was it led into the next match that is going to happen at Double or Nothing. So it's going to be Anthony Ogogo versus Cody. So that's what that whole promo was for. It was just to get back at Anthony Ogogo. So are you looking forward to that match, Tony?
Not really.
Not really.
I'm not a huge Anthony Ogogo fan, as you know.
Yes, because Anthony.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say Anthony Ogogo is brand new and he used to be a boxer. So his style is very boxerish. So go ahead, T. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's not at this point, I know he's still learning, but for me right now, like he's not much of a wrestler, and a special move like that stomach punch, that's for the older wrestlers who kind of pay their dues, and you can't sit there and do all these crazy lifts and all the other stuff. So what do? You got a crazy punch, kind of like Big Show had the weapon of mass destruction punch. Like that's for the older people, the older statesmen. So I'm not feeling that special.
Yeah, I'm not, I think that he should do like some circling around or some, like pumping it up before he releases it, because it just comes out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. Like even with Chris Jericho's Judas elbow, it's just, it's just an elbow, like a little elbow. But what does he do? He twists and turns and brings that thing all the way around. Right? Right. So if Anthony Ogogo can put some behind it and then
kind of like swing it around a little bit.
Swing it around a little bit, yeah. And
hey, I like that.
Go around in a circle and make it count. Because I kind of almost missed when he hit Cody in the ribs because it was so little. Mm-hmm. Like bring that thing from the back. A lot of people don't know this about Anthony Ogogo, but the reason why his boxing career ended was because he's actually 76% blind in one eye.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And he doesn't really know. And that eye is not like it's done getting worse. Like he thinks eventually like one bad hit is going to make him completely blind from that eye. So he's just trying to get, into the wrestling world as quickly as possible because he really doesn't know how long he has in this career. So that's actually kind of sad. And so I'm rooting for him. He's going to
fact.
Give him a chance. Give him a chance, people. Give him a chance. Okay. This one. Woo! The Young Bucks versus SCU.
That was a good one.
Absolutely. Look, Tony, how I feel about SCU. When I found out that SCU was going to be done, mm-hmm. I was okay with that. Because I was like, you know what? Christopher Daniels, he looks like he's ready to retire. But last night's match, to me, was my favorite SCU match at AEW, period. With a T.
Period.
What do you think, T?
I really enjoyed that match, and kind of like you, I think that was one of their best matches. But also, like I was telling you, there's no way he can keep up that pace. So I think it was time for him to, wrap it up, or do managing or whatever it is that he wants to do. But there's no way he can do that, like 2 or 3 times a week or even a month. Like, can't do it. So great match, great way to end it. But I'm kind of glad that it's done.
Yeah, me too. I agree with you. I think he literally left everything in the ring, and it was a beautiful match. Can we just say that Frankie Kazarian, I've not said this before, but his clotheslines are so freaking sick. I love his clotheslines.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
His clotheslines are amazing. And there was a point though where for Kazarian or Daniels, I can't remember which one, had Matt Jackson pinned, but the ref's back was, turned because the Good Brothers were distracting the ref. And so he never got, I counted, it was almost about 7 seconds straight.
Yeah.
That he was holding him in that cradle pin.
Chilling there. Yep.
He was just chilling there. And then, at the end of the day, Christopher Daniels is the one that got pinned, and it ended. And that was it. So
before you move on, let me say this. I think Frankie Kazarian is going to have an amazing singles career.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Frankie Kazarian is nowhere done. He absolutely, when he's alone, his stuff is so good. And, he has to bring it down a little so that so for Christopher Daniels can keep up with him, but that's not going to be an issue anymore. And you guys had to see the writing on the wall once Scorpio Sky hit the road and joined Ethan Page. I mean, they were just putting those pieces together.
I don't know what's going on with him, but I'm going to leave that alone.
With Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll come into that later when we talk about the main event. Gotcha. But I don't know. Christian Cage dropped a promo about the Casino Battle Royale, so he's going to be in it. And then Matt Sydal showed up to say he's also in it, but now it's going to be Matt Sydal versus Christian Cage next week. What do you think about Christian Cage, T? That's old
Christian
school.
Cage. I like the whole Edge and Christian team up back in the day. I haven't seen enough of Christian Cage by himself to know if I like him or not. Like right now, he has like a lot of promos and a lot of talking, kind of build up his character. But as far as his wrestling goes, I haven't seen enough yet.
Yeah, not enough. I think we've seen 2 matches so far, but we're going to get a lot of him, I guess, in the next few weeks leading up to Double or Nothing. So, and I don't know if you guys know this, but of all of AEW's pay-per-views, Double or Nothing is my favorite. So I am super excited. I'm really excited. So I got to put this comment up because that's a big prediction. So Terrell says he thinks Cage will win unless we get a surprise wild card. So he thinks that Christian Cage might win the Casino Battle Royale. It's been marked here for life, Terrell. So if you were wrong, I'm going to call you out on Twitter.
Screenshot.
I'm going to call you out on Twitter. Okay. The next match was the World Championship Eliminator. This was against Orange Cassidy and Pac from the Death Triangle and Orange Cassidy from Best Friends. So what happened here was the original way that this match was supposed to end was a time limit draw because they were supposed to go into a 3-way for the championship belt at Double or Nothing regardless. However, Pac was whooping that Orange's butt, right?
He freshly squeezed them.
Repeatedly. I think we even saw some pulp. And he got injured.
Yeah.
He got injured. That's what happens when I think it was a power bomb that Pac did on it was a power bomb. It was a really brutal power
I think
bomb.
it was a powerbomb pin.
Yeah. He kicked him, he super kicked him first, then he power bombed him. And the way that Orange landed, we could tell right away, like the way he landed, that it was bad. And as soon as he rolled, I was like, oh, okay. So when Don Callis came out, that was a spur of the moment thing to distract the refs so that Omega can come and take Pac out, because what they decided to do was a double DQ instead. So that Omega can play the character that he's supposed to play, which was, oh, okay, well, since you're both, out of the match, nobody won, then I don't have to defend my belt. But instead it turns into a three-way. So who's taking it, Tony?
I'm going with Pac.
I'm going with Omega. It's a three-way. There is no way Omega's dropping that belt.
I know, but I
know you like Pac.
Yeah.
You like Pac, and that's that. So earlier in the show, Eddie Kingston and Moxley went into the Elite's locker room and completely destroyed it.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. And there was a part where Moxley was heading to the bathroom and Eddie Kingston was like, blow it up. So, I love those two together. But then the Elite came in later on and they saw that, it was Eddie. They knew right away that Eddie Kingston and that Moxley were the ones who destroyed their locker room. And so it seems like we're getting that tag team for the Double or Nothing. So that's a tag match that's happening. So it's going to be the Young Bucks versus Eddie Kingston and Moxley at Double or Nothing for the tag belts.
Yep.
Anna says she's going with Pac. Courtney says she's going with Orange. Woo!
Let's go, Anna.
Ain't nobody going with Omega. It just has to be me.
I want to say this. I think the reason why who is it? The Elite knew that what was it? What's the guy's name again? Eddie Kingston.
Kingston.
Yeah.
Jon Moxley.
So the reason why they knew Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley was the ones who destroyed their room, because Eddie Kingston told Moxley to blow it up, and he probably left a turd in the toilet. So you know who it is.
You're so stupid.
DNA test.
You are so stupid. I can't handle it. Anyway, this is what I deal with people on a daily basis. I'm joking. I'm the crazy one.
It gets worse.
I'm the crazy one. It's really me. The promo from Hangman Adam Paige with the Dark Order was next. So, Hangman Adam Paige has been hanging out with the Dark Order for a while. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there because he never officially joined the Dark Order, but he's always with them, and they always come out to defend him whenever something's happening and he's being, beat up. But he called out Brian Cage because Brian Cage gave Hangman Adam Paige his first loss, and it was a squash.
That was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. I didn't expect that from Paige. From Paige, I really didn't expect that at all because, he's a pretty big guy. A lot of people don't look that big next to Brian Cage, of course. But
of course.
he's a big guy. So I expected him to get a few hits in, but it was just he pummeled him.
He pummeled him.
Yeah, terrible.
He didn't even get a clothesline off of
nothing.
Brian Cage. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Well, what Hangman Page was saying is that he was jumped in the beginning, which he was, which kind of screwed him up. And so basically he was saying that Brian Cage was fighting an already battered man. So let's go one-on-one, just me and you. And so that's happening at Double or Nothing. Yay!
That's going to be a good one.
That's going to be a good one. Who you got?
Yeah.
Who you got, Tony?
You know what? I'm going Brian Cage. Yep.
You're going to have to watch Squishtradamus to find out who I want.
I'm making that move. I'm going with Brian Cage.
I haven't touched the stars yet to know which direction this is going to go in. But yeah. The future AEW champion, Britt Baker, dropped another promo. Absolutely. How long have we been waiting for this? Forever.
Mm-hmm.
we've been dying for Britt Baker to be a champ. And this is nothing against Hikaru Shida because, as Tony will tell you, I love Hikaru Shida. I just think that Britt Baker would be a better champ because she has it all.
Yeah.
Courtney Holland is going with Cage too. So you have somebody on your side, T. Courtney is going with Cage.
Let's go, Courtney.
I don't know how I feel about that. All right. So, but anyway, the promo is basically, I'm going to be the champ. Get used to this face. It's me, DMD, DMD. So that's it. We all know she's getting it. I believe that most people already know that's happening. So that's not even like a real prediction in my case. Terrell said Britt will win and then lose the belt to Swole Nation. I like Big Swole, but that's not happening. Big Swole and Red Velvet together as a tag team is like what I said before. Magic. I love them together. But as much as I like Big Swole, that's not happening. Because Britt's going to hold that belt until Revolution. Mark my words. And she is dropping it. Mark my words. She's dropping it to Thunder Rosa at Revolution 2022. Mark my words. And talking about Thunder Rosa,
let's go.
She had a match against Jazmine Allure. It was a very quick match. It was almost a squash match. For a lot of people that don't know, Jazmine Allure is part of the Dog Pound Dojo, which is Thunder Rosa's wrestling gym, and she wrestles at Mission Pro, and she is a heel. So that was a very quick match. She hit her with a few of the things she keeps in her pocket, and she destroyed Jazmine and pinned her. So quick match, great match. I don't care if it was a minute 2 or 10. I love watching Thunder Rosa wrestle. I love watching Thunder Rosa wrestle. Terrell says, oh, heck no, she better not drop it to Rosa. Terrell, I like you a lot, but you are in the minority. Most people want to see Thunder get the belt eventually. Hello, Sean Parks. Thanks for joining us. He says, Swole is going to have her day, but it's going to Rosa next. Squishy nose. I got to put that chat up.
Oh, man.
You know, I gotta let people see this. Thank you, Sean. Squishy does know. Squishy does know. We'll leave that up while we talk about Jade Cargill. How's that? Jade. People are trying to get Jade a manager or trying to manage Jade, but Jade is letting everybody know she's a bad bitch and she manages herself. She's her own boss. Money. She's about that shmoney, honey, and she is not. She is not letting anyone take her dough. So definitely ain't gonna be no Matt Hardy's coming her way because there ain't no way she's sharing that dough. It's just no way.
Yeah, so, I actually like her character. Very cool.
Very cool. Very cool. Anna says Rose's match was great but short. Yeah, I think it was like a last minute thing. They just put it in there last minute, and that's why it was a squash. But that's okay. Terrell says that Jade Cargill is the face of the women's division. She will be. She's not.
I agree.
She's not right now. But you better believe that she's probably the one that's going to take the belt from Thunder Rosa.
Yeah. I agree with that. I actually, I mean, just watching her wrestle, you would think that she has like more experience than she actually does. Because I mean, she's pulling off like big lifts and she's dropping people and she's not injuring anyone at that. So
yeah, so
I'm for a new wrestler, I'm very impressed with her. I do want to see more.
Courtney's not feeling her, and that's cool because you know what? Everybody's not for everyone. That's why, you know, everybody has their favorites and whatnot. I feel like that about certain wrestlers too. Yeah, that they're kind of bleh. But you know, I feel like we have a lot to see from Jade coming, and sure enough, it's going to. I think 2022 is going to be a big year for Jade. So keep your eyes peeled. And finally, the main event. Holy crap!
Darby.
When I when I type Darby on Twitter, this is your fault, Tony. Because see, this is why I'm crazy. He's the one that started calling Darby. So when I type it on Twitter, when I'm talking about Darby, you will see it typed like that, Darby. So that's how you got to read it, Darby. Darby versus Miro for the TNT Championship. Woo! Did Darby take a beating?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how he's still alive.
He's not. His soul came out of his body a couple of times. I think I saw it. Listen, Miro caught both of his coffin drops. Courtney, I got to put that up. Courtney says she had Darby winning. Oh, no, Courtney. Oh, no. Did you watch my Squishtradamus? I have Miro winning for sure. You see, the reason why is because the TNT Championship is never really held for too long because it's a mid-card title. So that, at least in AEW, that particular championship has been changing hands pretty quickly. And he had it since November, and he really had not defended it up until 2 months ago, where he was just going back to back to back. I believe this was his 10th defense. And I knew it was going to Miro because I was like, they dropped the ball with Murder Hawk already, right? When Murder Hawk came out, he came out chasing the belt. And it looked as though he was going to get it at one point, and then he didn't get it. And here you got another big guy who came in pretty powerful, then kind of went a little downhill because him and Kip Sabian, I think Kip Sabian was bringing his power down. But when Arcade Anarchy happens, Miro was able to really show what he can do. And I'm saying this because I was not feeling Miro when he first came out. But when Arcade, now you know that because I told you, I'm like, Miro's just big for no reason. Lies. He impressed me so much in Arcade Anarchy. It was such an amazing match. And of course, Chris Statlander came back. And he lost. And then the beatdown that he gave Kip Sabian cemented his heel. And his dominance had to continue. How else was he going to really be like, this big freaking powerful dude, you better watch out. If he can't even get a belt off of Darby.
Yeah.
No offense to Darby, but come on. Are you kidding me? He caught both of Darby's coffin drops. Both of them. And I knew it. I said, the game over ain't going to submit him, but that's how he did it. He game overed him and got the belt.
Yeah, he practically like broke him in half with that game over submission.
Yes, absolutely. It was hilarious. Comment from Anna. When Miro started beating him before the bell rang, I was like, Darby is done for. He absolutely said he did not care if Darby was injured or not. He signed the contract to get into that match, and he was going to have to fight one way or the other. And Miro basically said, injuries or no injuries, I'm still going to win. So he's basically telling him, you could have been 100% and you still would have lost. And I believe it. Because did you see how he tossed him? He powerbombed him with one arm. So
it looked like he was throwing around a child, man. It's just, and it's not so much because of Darby's fault. I mean, Miro is a huge man. That's like, I think he's like 280 pounds. Like,
he's huge.
That's a big guy.
But what's his first title defense? What is Miro's first title defense? He's going against Lance Archer at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. Those two together, yeah. I hope they make it a match where it's I would love to see them in a pins count anywhere and just like see them go around the ring and the audience and the crowd and just not the crowd, not this time, but
not the crowd.
Not the crowd yet. But I love to see them go around and just like destroy each other in the backstage, all that stuff. Like for those two, that'd be amazing. That'd be an amazing match.
Thank you, Courtney. We are so happy you joined us too.
Glad you're here, Courtney.
Yes, thank you guys for joining us. After this match ended, like really close to the end, Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page attacked Sting. This was actually their second attack on Sting. I'm not entirely sure where they're planning to go with Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, or where the connection is against whatchamacallit, Darby and whatnot. I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on there. I hope they let us know soon because I'm not sure. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I think they. Mm-hmm.
No, with those two, I just don't see what direction they're going into. It's kind of like now we're a team, so I guess we'll pick on you for a while, then we'll pick on somebody else and just hope that a story pops out of somewhere. But those two, I would like to see more from them. But as far as their story goes, I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I honestly believe that because they just came together, that AEW is actually trying to find a home for them. Eventually,
Gotcha.
I feel they're gonna find a Courtney says they better leave Sting alone. Damn right, leave that legend alone.
Word.
He gonna hit you with the bat. You better leave him alone. But I hope eventually they find a way because I would really not so much for Ethan Page because he just came in, right? But for Scorpio Sky, let's see him, get somewhere.
Yeah.
That would be nice. So, Tony, now that we're coming to the very end, what was your favorite match of the night last night?
Favorite match was the SCU match. I mean, they really put their heart and soul into that match and their blood, as you can see.
Absolutely.
The blood was a little too extra for me. I mean, I know that happens and everything, but it was everywhere. And I'm just kind of like, a little too much for me. But other than that, like Christopher Daniels, that's the way you end it. That's the
if you
way
have to go out.
Yeah. If you got to go out, that's the way you do it.
That's how you go out. So this was your favorite match. So this was also my favorite match.
Mm-hmm.
The tag match was also my favorite match because, like I said from the beginning, SCU had not impressed me like they did yesterday. They have a very old school style, but they pulled everything, all the tricks out the bag yesterday, and it was impressive. I've always said the Young Bucks are an amazing tag team. I was never into their character until they went heel. So thank you for that. Heel Bucks forever.
Yeah.
Forever. So what was your least favorite match of the night?
Least favorite match, and you're not going to like it, was the Thunder Rosa match. Her face. So the reason why that was my least favorite match, and don't get me wrong, I'm completely, totally, 100% impressed with Thunder Rosa, and you know that.
He is.
But it seemed like a match, like all the matches that night were like big, huge matches. A lot of things happened, and it seemed like that was kind of put together last minute. It was really no wow factor to it. But other than that, I mean, it was a pretty okay. It was an okay match, but if I had to pick a least favorite, it would be that one. And now I'm in the doghouse.
Did you finish? Did you finish talking? Okay, so I am not picking that as my least favorite match because I love Thunder Rosa. Yes, I'm a fangirl, whatever. My least favorite match was Pac versus Orange Cassidy because Orange Cassidy got injured and because it didn't go the way that it was supposed to go and because Orange Cassidy was really getting destroyed.
Yeah,
Orange Cassidy was getting destroyed, and honestly, I would have liked to see it be a little more even, but it didn't go that way. And I never like to see anybody get injured. So just on that point alone, that's my least favorite match. But anyway, gotcha. DJ Storms, you joined us late. That's okay, though. Jersey Devil.
What up, Storms?
Thank you for coming. Guys, this was so much fun. This was our first recap live with a guest, my husband, Tony Anderson. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. This was supposed to, this was actually so much fun. I'm so glad we did this. Next week, we have another guest. I'll be announcing it in the beginning of the week next week. DJ Storms will be joining me as well, so stay tuned. And people, again, if you haven't, please subscribe, drop me a like, a comment. I always try to respond to my YouTube comments. And if you don't, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Top Rope Swishy. And don't forget to follow No Neck Bone Tone at No Neck Bone Tone at Instagram. People, this was so much.
You're going to spell it wrong.
You're going to spell it wrong, but hit me up on Twitter and Instagram if you forget. Because I will make sure to give you the right spelling. I loved this. You guys rock. Thank you so much for joining. Catch us next time. Don't forget, Squishtradamus predictions drop on Monday. Top Rope Tuesdays on Tuesdays. Check out the merch. And the link is in the description. Have a good night, y'all. Be safe. Stay COVID free.